you've not joined us before, my name is Nikki and I hope you're all well and keeping safe. So today we're going to play Who's Pooh, one of my favourite games. If you've not played before, it's very simple. I'm going to show you some animal poo, I'm going to give you some clues about the animal, and then in the comment section, write down your answer. You can also put down any questions in there that you like, and I'll try and answer as many as I can. Obviously it does go quite quick when there is a lot of you, but I will try and catch some questions and do some shout outs as we go as well. So we'll just give it a few seconds for just anyone who's logging on and wants to join us. If you've not liked our Facebook page, please like our Facebook page, our Instagram, Snapchat, TikTok, all that kind of stuff. We have all that, so make sure you follow us for more exciting updates on our animals and more fun things like this as well. So let's have a look. Not got any comments, nothing coming up yet? Not got anything on the screen? Sorry guys, just a bit of technical difficulty. Nothing coming up on my screen. I can't see anyone's comments. If you are logged on, just give me a comment just so I can see who's here, just because I'm having a bit of trouble with my laptop. Technology, it's always the way, isn't it? Thank you. We'll try this one. This one's working. Ah, fab! Charlotte and Joseph are here. Excellent. Savannah is here as well. Right, who else is here? Daisy. Fabulous. Oh, we've got some schools joining us as well. That's great. It's a good science lesson for our schools. Brilliant. So it seems like a few people are here now. So we will start then with our first poo. So we do have 3 poos to go through. We'll go through one at a time. I'll give you a clue before each one so you can have a little guess. Make sure you write in the comment what you think it is. I will give you a few seconds to get those comments in and to guess your answers. And then we'll see who's right. So you ready for our first poo clue?
Our first poo clue takes us to sub-Sahara Africa. This impressive and very misunderstood predator is found right across the continent, from mountains, grasslands and woodlands. This animal is also Africa's most abundant and successful carnivore.
Okay, anyone got any guesses? Now there's not much, I do try and make it a little bit hard to begin with and just give you kind of where the animal's from. So let's see if we've got any guesses and I'll read them out in the comments. Keely says she has a question. Type your question in, Keely, and I'll answer it for you. Yeah, okay guys, sorry about the comments. The comments are freezing and not coming through very, very slowly. So I've not got any guesses yet. So I'll just crack on and I'll show you the poo so you can see where it looks like, and then we'll see if you've got any guesses. So just let me pop my gloves on. Obviously, even though I do like poo, I don't want it all over me. It does smell really badly. Right. Evelyn and William are watching. Hi guys. Laura's watching. Hi. Everyone's saying hi. Right, you ready for our first poo? Now this poo looks a little bit different from poos you would normally see because it's a different colour. It's white, which obviously we know that most poo is a lovely brown colour usually, but this poo is white. So it might give you a clue as to what this animal eats. So now we know where it lives, we know what type of animal it is, now we know what its poo looks like. Has anyone got any idea what animal this has come from? Hi, Jacob and Andy are watching. Sarah's watching it while eating her lunch. Ooh, that might not be the greatest idea. Got a stronger stomach than I have. Okay, a few more guesses. Let's see if anyone's got any guesses. I think a couple of people are still frozen, can't really see. Yeah. Okay, so this is hyena poo. So we have 4 hyenas at the park. If you've not been before, we do have 4. Or even if you have been before, you might not have seen all 4 because we're very lucky here. We have mum, we have dad, and we have twin babies as well, which are very, very cute. So this is some of their poo. Now, hyena poo is white most of the time. They can do brown poos, it depends what they have ate. But most of the time, a hyena would eat everything of the carcass. So if it finds an animal, it will eat it all. So most animals like lions and tigers will just eat the meat of that animal, but hyenas will eat everything. They'll eat the bone as well. So a hyena jaw is very, very strong. It's so strong that it has the force for 1,000 force per square inch. I think it is, yes. To put that in perspective, a human's is 126 and a hyena's is 1,000. So much stronger than our jaws, so they can chew, they can swallow and digest bone, which is obviously very, very hard to do. And there's a lot of calcium, so our bones are made up of calcium, so that has got to come out somewhere, and then that comes out as white in their poo. And this happens with other animals as well, things like snakes that eat whole food, so if they have a mouse or a rat to eat, they won't chew it, they'll just swallow the whole thing, and so they have to digest that bone. So even when a snake poos, they will have a little bit of white come out in that poo as well, and that is just all the calcium from those bones, from the animal that they've ate. So if you ever come to the zoo and you have a look at a hyena poo around in their reserve and you see it's white, don't be alarmed, it's completely fine. It just means you've had some lovely big bones to eat as well. So there is our first poo, it was hyena poo. Well, my guesses are coming through now. So some people guess lion, some people guess cheetah. And we did have a lot of lions. Oh, someone did say hyena. Well done. Helen said hyena and Catherine said hyena. So well done, guys, you did get it right. So there's a lovely fact for today is hyena poo is usually white, which is very cool. So let's have a look at the comments. Everyone enjoying our first poo. That's great. So it's... Hi Sophia. Sophia watching. Oh, a few people said African wild dog. It's about the same size and same shape, so it's very, very good. Just a different colour, because the painted dogs don't eat the bones, they'll just eat the meat, so they won't get that white tint in their poop. Right, are we ready for our second poo? I think we should move on to our second poo clue.
Our second poo clue takes us to the world's largest continent, Asia. More specifically, the Eastern Himalayas. This endangered animal lives in dense, highly elevated forests at altitudes as high as 4,000 meters.
Hi, welcome back, guys. So this is a bit hard, this one, isn't it? This is a very weird, strange little animal. It is a beautiful animal, but one that you might not see so much. So has anyone got any guesses, just from our second poo clue, what that one might be? So I'll give you a couple minutes to have a think, have a chat to whoever you're with, see if you can guess what our second animal is. We got William watching. Hi, William. So I'm just going to get the poo ready while you have a think. Just going to hide it so you can't see it. Right, are you ready? Have you got any guesses? I know, I'm really sorry guys about the connection. Really sorry. A lot of people asking for a certain type of poo. I've already picked the poos. Right, are we ready? So I'll show you our second poo and let's see if we can get any guesses. So let's have a look. So you've seen whereabouts it's from and what habitat it lives in, and now this is what its poo looks like. So can anyone guess which animal did this poo? So a couple of people are saying lion. Smaller than a lion, a lot smaller than a lion. But good guess. Right, any guesses? Any more guesses? Hi Sophia and Casper. You wanted to shout out, just keep commenting their names over and over again. Hi guys, hope you're having a good day. Any more? Hi Benny and Teddy, watching at home. Yeah, sorry guys, taking a while for your comments to come through. Just keep freezing. So, we'll just carry on. So this poo is from one of my favourite animals here at the park. Now I know we shouldn't have favourites, but that's why I say one of, because I do have a lot of favourites. And they are probably one of our visitors' favourites as well, because they are very popular and people love them because they are very, very cute. So this is our red panda poo. So if you don't know what a red panda is, it's called a panda because it eats and lives in the same kind of area as what a giant panda does, but it doesn't look like a red giant panda. It's closely related to a raccoon. So imagine a raccoon kind of coloured in that lives in a tree. That's more what a red panda looks like. They're very cute, very fluffy. They've got really fluffy fur to keep them nice and warm where they live out in the Himalayas. And they do live in massive bamboo forests, really, really high up in the trees. They do like to be nice and high and nice and cold as well. So they've really been enjoying the weather, especially lately, especially a couple of weeks ago when we got all that snow. They really, really enjoyed it. So this is what their poo looks like. Now, red pandas poo a lot, really a lot. I have to clean them out. And for the size of them, they're only really little, but they do poo a lot. And that is because of what they eat. Now, a red panda is classed as a carnivore. So if you look at their teeth, they've got carnivore teeth, and their digestive system is the same as a carnivore. So in taxonomy, they are classed as a carnivore, but they don't eat what normal carnivores eat. So even though they've got those sharp teeth and that really good digestive system to break all these meats down, they actually don't really eat meat near enough at all. They might have a little bit, but not really that much. 90% of their diet is bamboo. So those little tiny green leaves, they will literally just eat them all day long. They will have some little vegetables and maybe a little bit of fruit as a treat, but that's about it. So even though they do have this very hardy carnivore digestive system, they don't use it. They just eat lots and lots of leaves and some vegetables and some fruit. Because of that, because they've got this really hardy digestive system, but they're just eating leaves, those leaves go through their system very, very quickly. So it's in, out, in, out, in, out. So they poo all the time. And because it goes through their digestive system so quickly, their body doesn't really take too much water out of it. It goes through too quickly for their body to absorb all that water. So not only do they poo a lot, but their poo is very heavy because it's very wet. So when I'm going around with my bucket getting all their poo, it ends up being quite heavy. And because of that, because they poo so much, they actually poo the equivalent of their body weight in poo a week. Now imagine that. Imagine you pooed your body weight a week. That is what our pandas do, which to me just blows my mind, which is incredible. So if we have a look at our poo nice and closely, we will see that it is quite wet. It's not the same as most other poos where it's usually quite dry. Things like animals that live in savannas, so your giraffe and your rhino and your elephant, their poos are usually quite dry. But this is very, very wet, just because their body hasn't had time to absorb all that water, just because it's gone through their system so quickly, because they just eat all that lovely bamboo. So I was up to the point of just saying about donation. So if you didn't know, you can donate your bamboo to the park. So if you have any bamboo that's overgrown in your garden or anything like that and you want to get rid of it, or you're thinking about chopping it down, please don't throw it away. Send us an email and you can donate it to us. Obviously we're closed at the moment, but you still can donate. Unfortunately we can't come pick anything up because we are on minimum staff at the moment, but you can come and drop it off to us. And that would be brilliant. But thank you so much everyone who has sent us loads of lovely donations of bamboo. We've had some really amazing van loads and everything, so thank you very much, it really is appreciated. Right, so now that we're working and everyone can see me, we'll go on to our third and final clue. So are you ready for your third poo clue?
Our third and final poo clue takes us to the top of the world, the Arctic Circle. Here we won't find any penguins, but we will find the world's largest land predator. At 8 foot tall, this impressive and iconic mammal is only one of few that can survive in this harsh environment.
Okay, now this is probably an easy one. Now, if you've watched the poo show before, you might remember that I've always said, I'm not going to do this poo. Because even for me, this poo is gross. But I thought for you guys, I would do this poo. So, has anyone got any guesses? Now you know where the animal comes from, you know whereabouts it lives. Has anyone got any guesses? Write in the comments where you think this animal's come from. So I was reading the comments and it's gone because I said I'm gone again. Yeah. Hey guys, a few of you are saying that I've gone again, but I'm not quite sure, so we're just going to carry on. So you've seen the poo clues, you can see whereabout the animal comes from, see whereabout it lives. I even give a couple of really good clues in there as well to what the animal is. Oh, well done Jill, you've got it right. We've got a couple of guesses coming in. Rachel, well done, you've got it right. Oh, I think that one was too easy. You've got a lot of right answers. So well done everyone for knowing where this animal comes from, whereabouts it lives, and know a lot about it. So let's have a look at their poo, shall we? Because that's what we're all here for, isn't it? Right. Oh, it smells so bad. I've just got a big inhale of it. Oh, okay. Smells really bad. Now, the panda poo doesn't really smell at all, because if you've been here before, you'll hear me say lots of time, herbivore poo doesn't really smell. It doesn't have that much smell to it, that's why it doesn't bother me. However, carnivore poo is disgusting and it smells really, really bad. So have a good look, because I'm not keeping this out for too much longer. So you might notice I do have 2 different poo samples here. So these are from, this one's very furry. Which is really gross. And this one is very sloppy and looks a bit like tar. Now, they are both completely normal. So usually if we see an animal has a very sloppy poo, it usually means they're ill or there's something not too right with their tummy. But with a polar bear, that is completely fine. So both these poos look very different, but both of them are normal. And that is for a really important reason. Now, polar bears, this might shock some people, but in the wild, do not eat fish. So I always hear a lot of people say, polar bears eat fish, polar bears do not eat fish. Polar bears eat things like seals and walruses, nice big fat animals that have got lots of blubber on them so they can get all that energy to then make into fat on their own bodies to keep them nice and warm in the Arctic. So over the winter, when they're catching lots of seals and lots of walrus and they're eating lots of fatty blubber, obviously what's going to come out of them? Lots of fatty poo. So this polar bear has had some really nice fatty meat, so that's why his poo is really fatty and gross. But over the summer, when there's not much ice about, so they can't really hunt for seals and walruses, they don't eat much over the summer, but if they do, they'll eat lots of vegetation, which has a lot more fibre in it. So it'll end up being like this poo. So more hard, stool-like we've seen with the other ones, especially the hyena one, nice hard stools, that's what you'll get over the summer when they're eating more fibrous food, so you'll get this one. So both completely normal, very different, but just because of the different things they eat. Now this is really important, as I always say to you in every show. The reason I like poo is because we can learn so much from it. So with the panda poo, there's now research happening in the wild now that they're going around. Obviously, if you're trying to find pandas and trying to count pandas in the wild, very, very hard to find, especially where they live. So what they do now, they find the poo and weigh the poo, and then they can tell how many pandas are in that area from weighing how much poo there is around, which is really cool. Now, polar bears, we can tell something really important from their poo. So I'm sure you all know climate change is a really big problem, and every year the Earth is getting warmer and warmer, which means that the ice in the Arctic is melting, and the polar bears need that ice to hunt on, so they can't catch seals in the water. Even though polar bears are very good swimmers, seals are way better swimmers than polar bears, so they need to catch them on the ice. But if there's no ice, they can't catch them. So researchers are now taking polar bear poo in the wild and sampling it and looking at it to see how much that ice is disappearing. Because if that ice is there for a long time and the polar bears can hunt for a longer period of time, there's going to be more of that gooey, sloppy poo around for a longer period of the year. Where over the summer, when it's melted and there's not much ice left, they're going to find that more hardy stool looking poo. But now what they're seeing is that every few years there's less and less of that gross poo, the sloppy poo, and more of that hardy poo, which means that they're not having as much time to hunt as what they used to have because the ice is going quicker, because the earth is getting warmer. So unfortunately that's a really bad thing for our polar bears, but it's really cool that we can see that just from their poo, so we can do something about it and help change that. Now climate change unfortunately is caused by us. So if there's one thing you take away from watching the show is please do anything to minimise your carbon footprint so we can save our lovely polar bears and all the other animals that we love on this planet. It's very, very easy to do. Just doing simple things like walking or biking somewhere instead of taking your car, switching a light off when you're not in the room, switching your TV off when you're not in the room and you're not using it. Little things like that are really, really important. Not charging your mobile phone overnight while you're sleeping. So your phone charges for about an hour, 2 hours, and it'll be fully charged, and you're sleeping for 8 hours. So that's a very, very long time. You're using lots of energy that's not needed. So if we all did that, then we'd help save our polar bears. But look how fantastic poo is. We wouldn't know about all this stuff without all this amazing poo lying around. So I hope you have enjoyed all that poo. Right, let's see if I've got any comments. Hi Teddy. Oh, Heather, thank you for the stars. Heather sent us some lovely stars. Oh, some people guessed bear with the polar bear. I would have needed a more specific answer. Definitely polar bear with that one. Well done, Millie, for getting all your answers right. Right, has anyone got any questions before we head off? Right. Hi Sally, Liz and Jill. Jill's done really well. I think Jill got every answer right, so well done, Jill. There you go. So I do apologise again for the internet. I don't know why it's one of those things. But, right guys, so we'll leave it there because the internet's still not being perfect. But thank you very much for bearing with us and joining in. I hope you did enjoy it. You can watch it back after we've finished going live, and then I think it will work if you watch it all the way through when we're not live, because then it won't be on the Wi-Fi and it should be a lot better. So watch it again, have a play along then, it might be a lot better. But thank you very much for joining us and bearing with us. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. We can't wait to see you again, but keep safe and I hope you're all well. I'll see you all soon. Bye!